Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Babby vlog, and we're here this week. This is week 13, right?
Yes, it is.
And so we've had some appointments this week. Well, actually, you've had appointments.
You did too, but yours weren't baby related.
Fair point. All right. So what do we have happening this week?
This week, well, I went up to the maternal-fetal medicine, or as they like to be called, the MFM, and I was.
I wonder how they got that abbreviation. It's weird.
I wonder, maternal-fetal medicine.
Anyway.
Goof. But anyway, I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning on Thursday and take you to PT. So
which you were super happy about waking up that early.
Let me tell you how happy I was about that. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I got McDonald's breakfast out of it, so I kind of lucked out. Oh yeah, shush! I wanted a bagel with sausage on it, and I wanted a hash brown.
So what else happened?
Well, when I got up there, I ended up getting there a lot earlier than I expected because there should have been rush hour traffic, but there wasn't. So once I got in there, they just had me fill out, check over the paperwork that they had on me, check out my, information. They had my name spelt wrong, so my first name, not the last name, and that if it's not spelled right, TRICARE, I'll kick it back. So I had to make sure they changed it in the system before they started filing anything. And then I got all the paperwork done, I signed it, and then the nurse came and got me, had me do my urine test since I was there for high blood pressure medicine and stuff like that. They have to check for proteins and sugars and stuff. They said everything came back fine, and it's nice and clear, so they weren't worried about it. So they put me back out in the waiting room to wait for the ultrasound, which I had no idea I was getting. I kind of thought possible because they did say I was going to be there for a while, but I wasn't really sure. But I was kind of nervous because I had to do the urine test before I was allowed to see anybody. So I was like, oh no, I don't have a full bladder, and I know that they're not doing a transvaginal scan this time. I know it's going to be abdominal. It's like, I get in there, the ultrasound lady comes out, and she's really sweet. She's just like, I'm sorry, I don't have a full bladder. She's like, oh, we don't need you to. Our equipment's fine. You don't need one at all. I was like, okay. So we went back. She just put the towel over my pants and stuff, put the gel on, and as soon as she put it down, there's the baby moving around, heartbeat.
Just wiggling about.
Yeah, heartbeat, 166, and looking healthy.
Looking happy, somewhat.
Well, it was sucking its thumb when we found it, and then, like it has done for everything, and proves itself to be your child every time. When we're trying to take the pictures, it started throwing a temper tantrum and threw itself out and kicked the side of my uterus. I can't really feel it. I could kind of tell like something felt a little weird, but I could see it on the screen happening at the same time. So I'm assuming that was.
It might be just more psychological than anything.
But I'm not really sure, and I mean, really, at 13 weeks, you're not.
So, did they say anything about our risk levels or anything like that?
They said right now, I mean, they gave me they were realistic with me. I mean, after I saw the ultrasound tech, she went out and gave the report on the baby. The baby's measuring fine, baby's measuring right on time, if not a few days early. So they said, baby looks great, heartbeat's great. Doctor I'm seeing up there is Dr. Lane. She's absolutely amazing. She wouldn't even come in until she knew what she had to talk to me about. Didn't bring in charts. Wasn't staring at a computer screen the whole time. Was actually looking at me and talking to me.
Gotcha.
Which was nice. But I mean, she was realistic. She said, she would love to be able to tell everyone that there's always a 0% chance for a miscarriage at a certain point, but that's not the truth, and you can't tell somebody that because then if something does happen.
They look at you
they feel like you lied to them, and I mean, as we both know, we know friends who have had, a stillbirth. We know people who have had problems.
Late-term miscarriages.
Yeah, we've had a lot. I've seen a lot of it. I know people who have had it. It's a big deal. But she said that we're pretty much
about as far as
we're about as low of a risk for something happening as possible, since we have been seeing a heart beating steadily and strong since 6.5 weeks. So
this week we also got the Sonoline B, which is a little maternal-fetal or a little fetal Doppler, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a pocket Doppler.
Which,
thank you, Sarah,
yeah.
for sending us the information on it. I thought that was the name of it. I couldn't remember. I remember you saying you had gotten one with Miley, and I couldn't remember for the life of me. But thank you. It's really
We were
nice.
able to pop some batteries into that thing and look around. It took us a few minutes to find anything, but we were able to actually get a decent little heartbeat off of it. So
yeah, baby moved away just like it does for all the ultrasounds. Baby didn't want to stay still. As soon as we found it, it was like, yeah, no,
not happening.
not going to sit there. But I mean, other than that, I mean, at my appointment, she said my medicines are fine, everything's great. She said she doesn't understand why Ireland sent me up there to have my medicines looked at and why they were freaking out about it when a fertility clinic said it was okay.
No, it is.
But they said that if, my blood pressure starts getting kind of crazy, they'll fix it with labetalol, since it's, well, if the Lipressor, they can't tweak it properly. They can fine-tune better with labetalol, which I told them if they need to change it, that's fine. I'm not concerned about it as long as it's working.
So, what else we got going on? Next week we have appointment on Monday, right?
Monday I have my appointment with
Okay.
the OB here for my physical, and I have an ultrasound before that, which I do have to have a very full bladder for. I have to drink
Enjoy that.
32 to 40 ounces of water an hour before my appointment, and I'm not allowed to pee until after the ultrasound.
I'm sure you're going to love every moment of that.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be wearing a pad just in case, because I
Probably
really
a good
don't want to pee myself.
Probably a good idea.
But other than that,
We got on the 25th, we picked up an appointment for Precious Views, which is a nice little 3D, 4D scan of the baby. And
it's down in Bowling Green. So.
we should be able to get a gender at that point. And so that's actually going to be really kind of cool to be able to know that. So we're looking at possibly somewhere over the 4th of July weekend, we'll end up having kind of a cool little, like, I suppose...
reveal part.
Yeah, gender reveal video type of thing.
Yeah, basically our own little party for us. And
Well,
we'll show you guys what we're having.
Not necessarily a party, but I'm talking about like a nice little gender-themed
well, that's what I'm saying. You
video.
act like I'm not going to go get balloons and crazy things to be putting up
you
around
may,
us.
But
you act like I won't.
yeah, you may. But yeah.
I mean, other than that, next time I have to see maternal-fetal medicine is on the 17th of July. We have the anatomy scan at the beginning of August with Ireland.
And then it's pretty much smooth sailing from there.
Pretty much just normal appointments.
So are we finally in trimester 2, or is this still trimester 1?
I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you last week. It depends on who you ask. Most doctors, they contemplate between if it's 13 weeks or 14 weeks or 12 weeks, because...
So by some doctor standards, you'd be in trimester 2, others...
I'm basically in the limbo stage right now, because I won't be considered second trimester by everyone until next week. Until I'm 14. And then everyone will think
So a little bit more than a third of the pregnancy, and that's... Never mind.
Well, the first 2 weeks, I'm not really pregnant.
How does nobody, make some kind of standard for this? It's between 12 and 14 weeks.
I
So
mean,
you got
I
a nice
think
little 2-week window in there.
technically, honestly, from what I've read...
If I do a third of 39, that's 13, so that would make you in the second trimester now. If I go by...
Yeah, but if we go by the number of days in the 40 weeks and whatnot, you cut it into thirds, I think it's 13 weeks, 2 or 3 days or something that you're supposed to be, and then you're considered third trimester. So most people say either 13 or 14, because it's in between the two.
Gotcha.
So
next week it will be 13.
Definitely it'll be second trimester
That's
next
good.
week. But other than that, nothing really exciting.
The weird cravings are still happening.
Symptom-wise, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But I have energy to do things during the day. It's just when I'm done, I'm done.
You especially have energy to be able to get food and enjoy food.
Well,
Weird dreams about food.
I know.
You had weird dreams about swimming in a bowl of Olive Garden, which we were able to luckily get this week thanks to Grandpa. Grandpa Quirk came into town. Grandpa Quirk came into town, and he was kind enough to get us
Take
some
us
Olive
to
Garden.
dinner.
So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, considering I ate an entire bowl of salad to myself.
And then last night you had a Bob Evans dream.
I woke up thinking about sausage, gravy, and biscuits, so I went and ended up with sausage, gravy, and biscuits today for lunch because we didn't wake up in time for breakfast.
And about the crappiest Dairy Queen you could ever have.
Oh, it was a laugh. I just want to know what Dairy Queen doesn't have rainbow sprinkles. I have rainbow sprinkles at my house. Family owned is not an excuse.
Listen, they only have the regular ice cream toppings, like chocolate, and that was the only example they could actually give me, which, kind of makes me feel like the only thing they freaking had there is chocolate.
Yeah, but your s'mores...
My s'mores thing was terrible. That was the worst blizzard I've ever had in my
That felt
life.
so bad, but then again, the ice cream was like partially melted. It was so bad. Like I ate a little bit of it and then I threw it away because it was just gross. I couldn't handle it.
But other than that, it's been a pretty quiet week, and
Yeah,
it looks like next week will be kind of more of the same. But hopefully everything will go well, and
I'm sure everything will.
we'll have a good little report for next week on the nice little Babby vlog.
Of course. Yeah, the dogs are jealous. They're not the stars of the show.
Oh, they're always the stars of the show.
Oh, come on. Let them up. Let her
You can have them say goodnight.
Come on, guys.
Everybody say goodnight.
Come on. Yep, they're my babies. Oh, night-night, guys.
All right, we love you guys.